a huge accomplishment. I'm here, this is my 6th year at Stratford, and this is the first signing day that I actually get to speak at, so I'm really honored and just so glad that I get to talk about QT, Quintez, Cephus, and tell you the story a little bit. Before I tell you the story, I want to thank, it's taken really a team to get QT to where this point is, and the teachers, coaches, the ladies in the Learning Center, the administrators, the parents, and then also I just want to say a special thanks. She never gets any credit, but Barbette. Thanks for allowing me to spend so much time with my players in QT. So I'm going to talk a little bit about QT's story, and then, you know, to title the story, I'd call it The Ultimate Competitor, because that's what he is. He's not just a football player. He's not just a basketball player. He's not just a great athlete. He loves to compete. So first, how QT came to Stratford. Miss Lloyd, the guidance counselor at the time at Weaver Middle School, she's in the stand somewhere. Thank you for making that phone call and caring about a kid. You know, not many people do that. But Miss Lloyd knew that at an early age that Quintez wanted an education, a challenge academically. He wanted an environment and an atmosphere that was set up so that student athletes could thrive. And thank you for making that phone call to Ms. Palmer, and you know, QT has definitely turned into a true student athlete. You know, the first time I met him, he was 8th grade. I was bigger than he was back then. I think he's got me now. But you could just see a lot of excitement, a lot of life. He just, that big smile. I knew he was a special kid. I had no clue how good of an athlete he turned out to be, but it wasn't athletics is why he came to Stratford. It was because of the academic excellence that we have here at Stratford. One thing I do want everybody to know is that QT's not a perfect kid. You know, he's a great kid, but it's not always just been easy. It's not always been Sports Center highlights or dunks or touchdowns. You know, he's had some adversity. He's had ups and downs. The path to success has not been a straight line to the top. It's been a lot of winding and ups and downs. What I'm so proud of is, and like I said, he's the ultimate competitor. And a true competitor doesn't let the setback stop him. He's got a never give up attitude. He handles adversity so well. And that's what, you know, the other day when Miami came to watch him play, Wisconsin came to watch him play, he played really the worst game I've seen him play as a high school athlete. Had to call a timeout. I was like, QT, settle down. You know, you're okay. And he rebound comes right to him, right through his hand. But what the head coach in Wisconsin told me after that game is that I love that he didn't have a great game. I love that I was able to see QT in a tough situation. And everybody needs to remember that everybody can smile and feel good when you're making all your shots and everything's going your way. But it's how you handle the hard times. It's having the next play mentality and not dwelling on the good or dwelling on the bad. Just, you got to have a never give up attitude, and don't let setbacks or obstacles keep you from going. And that's the competitor in QT that's kept him going. And when he first came to Stratford, people doubted him. I even had people say, he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. And I told Beth, we're proving him wrong. And QT's proving him wrong. Because he's made it. And now, the last two things about his story, he was always a basketball player. he didn't have to play football, but he loves to compete. He wants to compete every chance he can get. And he likes playing for Stratford Academy. And everybody should love and try to be a part of a team at Stratford Academy, because it's a great thing to ride for the brand and have that star on your chest. And it means a lot to QT, because he is the ultimate competitor. So I'm so glad he ended up playing football. The last thing is, before this whole football stuff started, QT had his plans for the summer. He was going into his senior year. We'd gone to all these camps. He had a great summer. I thought, man, he's going to... July for the summer basketball is a huge... all the college coaches in July for the first 3 weeks in July come to watch. And the team he was playing on, his travel team, was one of the top teams in the nation. So it's June 28th, right before July. And we're playing at Mercer. I think O'Shawn stole it, lobs it up. He's going to go lob it up to QT for a dunk. And a kid fouled him pretty hard, and QT looked at me holding his thumb. And I knew something was wrong. So after the game, we went to Ortho, Georgia, and we're sitting there in the waiting room, and we get in to see a doctor. His thumb's broken. So here he is, looking forward to July. Okay, can't wait to play in front of all the high major, big time college coaches in basketball. And June 28th, he breaks his thumb. Talk about devastated. He's worked so hard. And this is where, QT had a plan. I kind of had a plan. I thought what would happen. And then God had a plan. And we're sitting, after we've gotten the news that he's gotten a broken thumb, and all our plans don't know what's going to happen. We're in the waiting room to get the cast put on. And we're sitting there, and I'm trying to think, man, what can I do to cheer him up? My phone rings. I look at it, Madison, Wisconsin. What in the world? Thank God I answered. Usually I don't answer if it's a random number. So, hello? Hey, Coach, it's Ted Gilmore, receivers coach at Wisconsin. Football? Yeah, football. We heard you got a great athlete down there, and we'd like to look into him a little bit. He's devastated. I don't know what to say to cheer him up. We're waiting to get a cast. His month of July is over, pretty much. And Wisconsin calls. That wasn't my plan. That wasn't how I was going to write it up. But God, just when you think you have everything figured out, just trust in God, and things turn out the way they should. That was a special day, a day I'll never forget, because it all started then. That phone call, I said, QT, that was Wisconsin football. I said, that'd be pretty cool, And I said, are you interested in that? He said, yeah, Coach. So that's kind of led to here. And you're going to a great university, but you got a great place here that will always support you and be here for you. I'm just so proud of you. And Stratford Academy has been unbelievable, and QT's been unbelievable for Stratford. And to talk more about Stratford, our head football coach and athletic director is going to talk a little bit, Mark Farragut, and then we can sign. Don't sign yet, QT. Thank you.
This will be very brief, but I'm not going to talk a lot about stats. If you want to see the stats, just come back next year when the record books have been updated. You can read all the stats you want to, because his name will be in every record book for every possible thing, and you can read it. All right, so you can do that. But what I do want to talk about real quickly, though, is what QT has, what Quintez has from an athletic ability skill standpoint, you and I, number one, we have nothing to do with that. I didn't have anything to do with that. You didn't have anything to do with that. I'm never going to be able to do that, and you're never going to be able to do that. Right? You're not. I've coached hundreds and hundreds of athletes. Just have a special gift, a special ability. And it's just something that you and I are not going to be able to do. But what I do want you to understand is where he is right now, though, getting ready to sign this paper, you and I had everything to do with that. Everything. Because he would never be able to do this without all of us. Would not be possible. Talent is not enough. It's not enough. Never has been enough. I don't care what you do. I don't care whether you're a doctor, lawyer, plumber, electrician, athlete. Talent's not enough. There's got to be more to it. And when a young person will come into this school and will choose, because you have to choose, because we've seen a lot of people that will not make the choice. They will not do it. But when a young person will come into this school and make the choice to embrace, to trust, and to engage in everything that Stratford has to offer, that combined with whatever gifts or talents they have, this becomes a tremendous launching pad for them into their future. To see Quintez, to see his growth, his maturity, and for him to develop life-changing relationships, which is what he's done here. Many of you, many of us as teachers and coaches and faculty, friends, the life-changing relationships that are available to you. It is a tremendous, it's a blessing to watch that happen. So I want to congratulate Bella, and I do want to congratulate Quintez. I respect Quintez for his courage. I respect Quintez for his perseverance. I respect Quintez for his ability to listen and understand that at times everybody needs some help. Everybody. You will never make it alone. And it takes a lot of courage and it takes a lot of selflessness. You got to suck it up sometimes and ask somebody to help. And then be willing to accept that help. But more than anything else, I want to congratulate Stratford. Because Stratford offers freedom for excellence. That's what we offer. And it is the ultimate hypocrisy to offer something and not be able to deliver. To not be able to come through on the offer. And Stratford Academy has come through big time on the offer for freedom, for excellence, for Quintez. And I congratulate Stratford Academy for that. I wish I could have done some of the things that she did. I did. I dream about it. And I think back to that, and I really didn't. I couldn't. But now, big man, sign that scholarship, baby.
it's been a blessing to have so many people take care about me and just to want to see me do well as a person. I really appreciate all of y'all. First, I want to thank God for helping me and giving me the gifts that He's given me. Like Coach Farrell said, no man could ever give you as much as God has given me. And I've learned to just work as hard as I can and just trust that God has a plan for me at the end. Coach Dickey and all of my coaches, I want to thank y'all for putting up with me and believing that I could help the Eagles always get a victory whenever I could. Coach Dickey, thank you for teaching me how to accept challenges and overcome adversity. Thank you for spending so much time emailing coaches and texting and calling so many people for me. Coach, I'm so glad that I could be the son that you never had. Lord Beth, I want to thank you for allowing Coach Dickey to leave his house at 6 in the morning to come get me. I know it was a little too early for him to wake you up, but Coach Dickey, thank you for coming to pick me up and help my mom out when she had to do work so early that she couldn't get into school. But thank you, Lord Beth. I always enjoyed having the brownies. They're awesome. And the nice letters, the notes to start my week and tell me to have a good week. You always told me that I could call you if I need anything. And I could go on and on all day about you, but I just want you to know that I love you. Stratford, thank you for not only blessing this school with great athletic teams, but you have so many teachers that care for the students. I run my mouth and I'm always late to class, and I'll try to do better at that to finish. Thank you so much for teaching me how to take challenges in the classroom, and I know when I get to Madison, I'll be well prepared for anything they throw at me. And for all of my friends, if I had one thing to tell y'all, I just want y'all to really take advantage of what you have, because I know so many people that would want to be in y'all's shoes. And I'm just trying to work as hard as I could to make these things happen for myself. Miss Hislop and Miss Harrington, thank y'all for being the mom away from me, away from home, and helping me and spending so many hours tutoring me. I love y'all, and thank you so much. I love y'all every day. All of my teachers, thank you so much for putting up with me, and I know y'all want to see the best of me, and thank you so much for understanding when I'm dealing with so many coaches nagging me and stuff, and y'all always knew how stressed out I was, and sometimes I just needed time to relax. Thank y'all so much. And now to my family, my beautiful two little sisters, I love y'all. And thank y'all for everything. Just being able to wake up and see y'all. Y'all are the most beautiful girls I know, and I love y'all to death. My brother, Jay, I love you, bro. And thank you for always fighting for me in middle school and in high school. I know a lot of people always have something to say about me, and I'm sorry if you had to beat somebody up because they were talking about me. But thank you. And I know when we had to share a room, I always like my son neat, and you always try to bombard my space. But those times made us closer today. Granny, I love you, and thank you so much for feeding me well. That's why I have a body like I have today. Dad, thank you for everything, driving me so many places, and always believing in me when I didn't. Thank you. And Mommy, I didn't forget about you. I saved the best for last. I don't know what I would do without you. We've been through so many tough times, and you've always found a way. And me, Dre, and Joyce, we always came closer, spending so much time with you, and just being able to see you get through tough times and us help you. I've always loved just getting a kiss on the cheek from you. I don't know what to say, but I just want you to know I love you, Mommy. And to all the Eagles, I love y'all. All the little kids that's always smiling and giving me high fives, I love y'all to death. And I hope y'all, one day y'all tell your parents to get the Big Ten package on TV so y'all can watch me. I will forever be